This here is a remarkable,
Welcome to the Wedding of Distinction podcast, a program for the unique bride and groom. The Wedding of Distinction is a concept where brides and grooms want something better, not just your average wedding. We have the tools to make that happen. Now, here's your host, Mike Fernino.
Yep, that's me. I welcome you to the podcast. It is spring 2021. It's beautiful. The buds are budding, the flowers are blooming, and COVID looks like it's in our rearview mirror. Thanks to the vaccine, I hope you get yours. And that's the reason to celebrate. And who doesn't love a good glass of vino? You know, wine is the greatest drink ever to celebrate. And whether it's a dry red or a spirited white, wine is a great enhancement to dinners. And wine is enjoyed at all celebrations. And so it's no wonder that wineries are becoming very popular for weddings. Now, before we explore that thought, let's discuss the rise of wineries. In particular, here in my state of Connecticut, we have all types of wineries, from small houses with separate wine tasting areas, to barns, and even huge custom-made venues that offer all types of scenery and ambiance. Some wineries offer live music, others have special tasting theme events, and others have food trucks making specialty foods like barbecue, burgers, and brick oven pizza. So one might think the popularity of wineries is because of all the cool options they have. Well, sort of. It's actually because of millennials. You see, it is documented that millennials drink more wine than any other generation. Furthermore, they would rather go hang out at a winery than dance at a nightclub. It's the millennial scene, and they love that scene. So being the millennial generation age runs from 25 to 40, well, that just happens to be the prime marrying age as well. So let the synergy begin. On the program today, I speak with Jeff McHugh from Hawk Ridge Winery of Watertown, Connecticut. Hawk Ridge is one of our relatively new facilities in CT, and it's become one of the most popular. There are amazing views, tons of land for photos, and a gorgeous fireplace. And did I mention the wine's pretty darn good too? We talk weddings, we talk wine. From the Hawk's Nest, today on the Wedding of Distinction podcast. On the Zoom line today, we have Jeff McHugh, and Jeff is from the Hawk Ridge Winery, located in beautiful Watertown, Connecticut, right on top of the mountain there. It's gorgeous. Jeff, thank you for joining me today on the Wedding of Distinction.
Mike, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. This is going to be fun.
It is, and Jeff is the assistant manager of the winery. And this place is hot. I'm telling you, I'm a regular there. I love that place. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much,
Jeff. The popularity of wineries has really been exploding, especially in the last 5 years. But I've also noticed that not only is it very popular with millennials, the millennials love it. They don't go to clubs anymore; they go to wineries.
Right.
But it's also a very popular option for weddings. So maybe if you could speak to that, and then we'll talk a little bit about Hawk Ridge itself.
Sure. I think what part of the reason that wineries are getting so popular is kind of twofold, actually. None of us in New England really got to experience wineries. It was more, the California, Europe, New York kind of thing. But, they've been popping up in Connecticut quite, frequently now. And people are starting to explore them and realize, hey, I don't have to go to Napa anymore. I got Connecticut grapes right in my backyard. And I think why so many people are going to wineries is because it takes a lot of land to open a winery. So, which means a lot of space, which means a lot of people. Drinks are flowing, good vibes. You're outside. And I think people are really starting to embrace that, especially when the pandemic hit last year. We saw, all the wineries I talked to in the state saw an increase in clientele because there was nowhere to go. But we have so much land that, people really wanted to utilize being outside. They were sick of being cooped up in quarantine. I'm just sure all of us were. And instead of drinking alone in their living rooms, hey, we can go out and drink, at a venue now. So I think that all has combined to form, to cause the popularity.
Yeah, and before we get into weddings, let's just talk wine really quickly.
Sure.
We might as well, and we're on the subject.
Let's do it.
I happen to frequent Hawk Ridge, and in fact, many of the wineries in Connecticut, they're outstanding. And so for somebody who thinks, you can't get good wine outside of California, What's the big deal with the soil here in Connecticut? Why it works so well, and what can you grow and what can't you grow in Connecticut?
Well, you can grow really anything. The quality of some of it's not going to be as good as let's take Cabernets for example. The growing season in California, why cabs are so good out there, is because they grow from February till November. Our growing season doesn't start till May, so those grapes don't have as much time to mature. You're just going to get so you can grow it. You're just going to get a better product with like Cabernet grapes out of California. It's been so dry recently in the summers in Connecticut, and grapes actually love that. So that's, that has caused, good harvest, a bountiful harvest. And I don't know, some grapes flourish more in this climate, some more in California. So we like to grow the grapes that do well here, and then we supplement with grapes from, California, Chile, Spain that do better in those kind of climates.
Right, and you do everything on premises as far as bottling and producing the wines.
Everything's done on premise. We got the grapes we crush here. We ferment here. We do stainless. We do French oak. We do bourbon barrel aging. We bottle here. We sell here. We're trying to get into liquor stores and stuff. But yeah, everything is done on property.
And one of the other things, I mean, the place is absolutely beautiful. It's located on top, like at a mountaintop, and the view, you can see for miles and miles. It's absolutely beautiful. You have the wraparound deck with the rocking chairs in the warm weather months and everything. But you got into food too, right? You got a menu there.
We do. So it's funny because the owners had this debate when they were building the tasting room of putting a kitchen in, and one of our owners, who's 100% Italian, his name's Vinny, wanted to put a big kitchen in. And then the other owners, Michelle and Jack, so Vinny and Deb, they're one couple, wanted a big kitchen, more Italian. Jack and Michelle, the other owners, were like, they're going back and forth. So they compromised and made, a decent, it's a small kitchen. It's not anything big. We didn't know the volume of food orders we'd be doing. So now they're, Vinny and Deb kind of won that one where we could definitely have used a bigger kitchen because we're just food order after food order after food order.
You always have to listen to the Italian. We know food.
You always have to, yeah, especially with food. I don't know what they were doing. Huh. Yeah, you're going to get an Irish guy against an Italian about food. Yeah, that didn't end up well.
The Irish people, they know their alcohol. The Italians, we know the food. The
exactly. It's a good mix. So you get it.
So the inside is, it's really a cavernous, a very large, spacious area with a second level, and the fireplace is gorgeous. So let's talk now about how Hawk Ridge is lending itself to private events like maybe a bridal shower, and let's get into weddings. How you guys are doing weddings and the tent that you have set up outside as well.
Yeah. So we do. We get inquiries for a lot of different private events. We do bridal showers. We do baby showers. We do baby sprinkles. I didn't even know what that was, and I had to get educated on it. We do bachelorette parties, birthday parties, retirement parties. Deployment parties, all that fun stuff. So we have a private event room, which is the upstairs of the winery that can hold 60 people. So that's where most of our bookings go. People had everything pushed from last year. So, they've been pushing it to this year, and that room is booking up quite quickly. And then for people who want to do more casual events who don't need a private room, we have a 280-person sailcloth tent that goes up next week. So they can rent tables in there, in the summer. We got live music in there. So there's a lot of different options to when you're booking an event here. And then when we do weddings, it includes both rooms, actually. So it includes the Hawk's Nest, which is what we call our private room, which doubles as a bridal suite. And then the 280-person tent where we put dance floors, there's bars out there. They get their own parkers. So, we have several options. We do a lot of weddings, ceremonies on site too. They have options. We really let people do whatever they want. So I've had people get married in the vines. I've had people get married in the tent. I've had someone get married in the parking lot, which was interesting. So yeah, we have options for everybody, whatever they want to do.
Nice. So now I'm going to wrap the interview with two very simple questions. Put you on the spot here.
Bring it.
Question number one.
Mm-hmm.
White or red?
Red all day.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I like full body dry reds. The drier the better.
And the follow up question to that: what is your favorite piece at Hawk Ridge? What do you?
My favorite wine?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. Okay, so all the owners have a signature wine. My favorite is Trooper's Red Barrel Select, which is a Cabernet aged in French oak barrels. It's a very easy drink, almost dangerously so. But yes, that is Vinny's, the Italian's signature wine. So I'm gonna go with his on that.
There you go. So you guys are very big with social media. You always have events. You're always promoting. And so for the listeners of our program, can you provide not only your social media channels, but your website and how they could reach out to you if we have some brides to be who are looking to plan their wedding or their parties? How could they get in contact with you?
Sure. So the first part of that, we are on social media, Hawk Ridge Winery on Instagram and Facebook, and we just did make a TikTok to get on board that train as well. And then all our information's on our website, www.hawkridgewinery.net. Or you can call us 860-274-7440. Or if you want to get in touch with me directly, my email is hrwjeff, Jeff, at gmail.com, hrwjeff@gmail.com.
There he is. You could go up to him and say, give me that red you were talking about, and you'll have it.
That's right.
I wish you guys, I'll see you guys very soon. I'm sure. I wish you a very successful season as we're coming out of COVID. Hopefully there will be a lot of weddings. Right now, the guidance is we can have up to 200 people outside, and I'm sure that's going to get lifted even higher. So
hopefully, yep.
To our successful 2021, Jeff.
Cheers to that. Thanks a lot, Mike. We'll see you soon.
This here is a remarkable,
The Wedding of Distinction podcast is a production of Music in Motion Entertainment. All rights reserved. Any unauthorized publication of this program is strictly prohibited. For the Wedding of Distinction podcast, I'm Mike Vincent. Happy wedding planning, everybody.